Good morning, good morning. All right, guys, we're in Cocoa. I make sure I just say Cocoa because Lord knows if I say Cocoa Beach, you guys are going to get me. So I have learned that as a trooper and definitely as your traffic safety expert. Good morning, guys. We're out here live in Results 1. Who likes my music better than theirs? I like mine. It's just a random YouTube non-copyright search, so you can't get me there. Good morning. I'm Trooper Steve, and we're out here in Cocoa, and it's an interesting ride today because you guys are sending me on a little go find you mission, I want to call it. So a viewer sent me a message talking about Clearlake Road, and we're on the very north end right now of Clearlake, headed southbound. Now, I've never been on Clearlake Road, but we're on it right now doing this together. So I guess what has happened is the question was presented, hey Steve, have you received any complaints about Clearlake Road? It recently went under a large amount of construction and it's a hot mess. Man, I wish it was the same it was when prior to it. So I don't know what it looked like prior to, so we're experiencing this together for the very first time. And if you've been on Trooper Steve on patrol here live on News 6, clickorlando.com, or News 6 Plus, you know this is when we have the most fun because we are just off the cuff, ready to go. So we're now southbound on Clearlake, approaching the intersection of Otterburn Avenue. We're going over the intersection here, and we can continue. You see right now, southbound does have a lane northbound has a lane closure out there right now. You can see they're off to the left side of your screen. And nothing really going on other than just a marquee here. Now, this area does not look like it's completed. So Clearlake is a nice stretch of roadway, and there's a sign right there. So road work next 1,000 feet. So this tells me this is the portion that hasn't probably been touched yet because even the road is a little bumpy. We're going to slide over to the right lane here. We're going to continue southbound. Our next intersection, southbound now at Michigan Avenue. We're here on Clearlake Road. Beautiful morning. It's hot. Results 1 currently reading at 92 degrees outside as we're cruising past. What is this? This looks like a high school of some sort. It's a learning center. The Clark Maxwell Lifelong Learning Center. It is a UCF detachment. Look at that. More you know. So obviously this area is an active construction zone. We can see the barrels. We can see the implementation of future traffic lights out here. So there would be a lot of rules that would apply. Speeding fines and all moving violations are doubled if you are stopped out in this area, guys. And of course it is considered now a no phone zone. So anytime, anyway, we're driving here in Results 1, I never have my phone in my hand, and all of our devices are completely hands-free. So you should practice this, but keep in mind, you can be pulled over simply for touching your phone in an active construction zone. And out here currently at Clearlake at Tate Street, we're facing southbound. You can see this area is currently under construction. When we entered it, there were lights flashing. It's active. So if you were to touch your phone under any capacity, you could get pulled over. You don't want that, guys, because the fine goes up the more you get that ticket. And that's just no fun. So we're out here looking at the construction along Clearlake. So this is 2-lane. It's called Rosetine Street also. But we're southbound on Clearlake if you were talking about the construction. Now, the viewer indicated the construction's completed. I can tell you right now that the construction is definitely not completed, and a viewer just honked at us off to the right hand side and started waving. I had 2 people message me today asking, hey Steve, what time are you going to be out here today? And I was like, between 10 and 10:30. Boom, and I think they're out here hunting for us. So look at this. This gets a little windy. I'm not a fan of this. All right, so watch how the truck maneuvers. We're southbound. We're going to then come right, come left, and then it swings back right. Now, that's in front of Clearlake Education Center, and there's probably a reason for it. And I'd like to know the reason because, man, once they complete it, obviously it's going to look a lot better. So here at Dixon Boulevard, southbound Clearlake at Dixon Boulevard. Now, I could see how this can get confusing. Even you for the screen, look at the lane markings. You have to be super careful out here because some of the travel lanes look like it goes straight, but in fact there is a curvature to the roadway. That's going to be because they have to come out here and grind up. You see those gray markings? And they're kind of like darker than the roadway. They have grinded that portion of the roadway up so that the paint no longer shows, and then they put some temporary markers out here. But even that is not the easiest to see. I'm going to tell you that right now. Not the easiest to see. So our viewer that honked at us is cruising right behind us currently, back there in our travel lane. And it looks like they're following us this morning in their Volkswagen Passat. Now, if you're going to come out and hunt for results one, honk, say hi, but just be careful, please. So we're still southbound here next to the Coca-Cola office. Look at that. But yes, there is a lot of construction taking place out here. And it is a little confusing if you're not paying attention. And there is proof to show that. So what I want to show you guys, is while we're driving, when that road begins to curve a little bit, look at the curvature in the roadway. What am I telling you to look at? There are large amount of scuff marks of people who have probably missed that turn and then hit the curb a little bit and got checked. Not good for the tires. That's why I always want that tire insurance, guys. All right, so we're southbound here at Fern Street. Car in front of us is slowing down. We're going to slow down. Thank you for the turning signals. And yeah, their viewer is right behind us. Okay, a lot of construction here. So this construction is definitely not complete. But I can see what the viewer is talking about. So the travel lanes were very straight. They were pretty simple, straight and narrow. But now we are dealing with crossing over 520, and then the construction suddenly stops. So we'll continue down for a little bit more. So this portion is south of now State Road 520. So this area hasn't been touched. Obviously, it is still 2 travel lanes. The other one was 4, right? So that's going under an expansion. But look at the difference out here, guys. We're talking kind of rural area, rural portions there. That camera's all fogged up. Sorry. And then it's currently under growth. Look what type of growth is happening. Single-family homes off to the left and right of your screen. What's probably going to happen to Clearlake down here? It's probably going to get expanded as well. Just how the cookie crumbles, right, guys? So let's find a place to turn around, and we'll head back north and travel through. But I could see what that viewer was talking about when they started talking about why are they putting curves where curves aren't needed. Well, if the Department of Transportation, local engineering, the contractors came out here and surveyed that, I can guarantee the school district was involved in that decision making. And in return, they decided to go ahead and conduct that push out there. It is very curvy. It seemed kind of unnecessary, but I'm looking at it from a perspective of just a driver, of you. In order for us to understand something, we have to educate a little bit. So being involved in your county hearings and stuff, you learn a little bit about why they do certain things on the roadway. I'm looking for a place to turn around. Sorry, guys. Stare at my ugly mug this morning, but it is hot. My gosh, I'm going to turn the AC up a little bit. I always have it down slightly because of audio purposes. This is a nice little neighborhood they're building back here. But it's also proof to show, like, if these are the same neighborhoods we see in Orange County, right? That Florida-style cookie cutter, every third house looks the same kind of home. Listen, I live in a neighborhood too, so don't take offense to it. It just is what it is, and you bought the house, so you must have liked it. But if you're living in an area where you already know that the roadway isn't in great shape, you've got to prepare yourself for construction. But to talk about that active construction area just for a second, proof is in the pudding, right? I'm a big fan if you ever travel through John Young Parkway and Sand Lake. Okay, for about 2 years, John Young Parkway and Sand Lake. Hold on a second. Hold on. This driver is following me, so we're just going to go say hi. Stay there for a second. Stay there. I'll say hi to you. Stay there. I just don't want this guy causing a crash or any trouble or anything like that. So we're just going to pull off and say hi to this gentleman real quick. Hold on 1 second. I just didn't want you following me around, so I figured I'd stop off and say hi. How are you?
Nice to meet you.
You too, sir. What's your name?
Sebastian.
Sebastian. We are currently live right now.
Are you really?
Yeah, because I'm out here from 10 to 10:30, so checking out the Clearlake area.
I heard that you're going to be in the area, so I wanted to come out and meet you.
Awesome, man.
We watch you on morning news every day.
Well, look at that, guys. We're everywhere. Sebastian watches us. The camera's right there if you want to wave and say hi.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah, so I saw you, and then I saw you at the corner come back to the car, and I was like, let me take a moment and just say hi to you so you're not chasing me all over the place.
Right.
So, pleasure to meet you, sir.
Take care. Be safe,
Hey,
man.
you too, man.
Thank you for everything.
Hey, appreciate you. Thank you. Guys, I'm not even going to play. At the end of the day, this is why I do this. I freaking love you guys so much, it's not even funny. Trooper Steve was a thought I had when I was a cop, and we kind of put it together, and I never thought it would be as widely accepted as it does. And you guys are the reason Results One is here. You guys are the reason I'm in Cocoa right now. So keep it on, because if you need something, we're going to go there. I'm just out here driving on Clearlake Road because you wanted me to, and that's why we're here. Sebastian wasn't even the one to send me the message, but he heard I was going to be out here. So Sebastian, I love you, brother. Appreciate you. Drive safely. So we're back here northbound, guys. That was like having a glass of espresso. Okay, we're back out northbound, and we are going to leave the 2-lane and go back into that construction spot, and we'll finish it back up on the north end. How's that? So this is as far south as Clearlake goes. We're just south of State Road 520, right? Both sides of the road have brand new neighborhoods, and then it kind of stops for a second. My prediction, guys, this will get expanded also at some point. Guaranteed. No question. It has the space on both sides of the road. You've got the kind of the brush, to make that happen. So we're going to cross over State Road 520. Lights green, single lane. No one's going to make a left in front of us. No one's going to make a right. Light turn yellow. We're good. We didn't speed up. We're all right. All right. So we're here in the left travel lane. You really have to pay attention out here because the markings in the roadway, not the best. And then you have the construction markings that pick everything up. It's an active construction zone, so lane closures could be here and there. We have one right here on the right, so I'm going to slow down a little bit as I pass these men and women out here working. Take it easy, and I'm going to continue. So we're going to continue northbound here. I'm going to just slide over in the right lane because, hey, we're not passing anybody. There's no one there, and that's where you should be. So we're back northbound on Clear Lake. We're going north, passing Lake Drive, going through the intersection. And as we go through it, man, this road is bumpy. So this road is not completed. I want to make that clear. This road is not completed under construction. And there is a lot of color contrasting taking place that makes it a little difficult to see that white marking on the roadway. And then what happens right here, look at these curves. Man, these curves stick out. But what they're probably going to do is allow for left and right turns, allowing for that driver to have visibility of Clear Lake. That makes sense? Makes sense to me. Also, what are they going to do? This entire roadway will be repaved. So that repaving, what is it going to do? It's going to allow you to see the markings on the roadway of those white lines, right? So at some point, this will work out, I promise you. But I can tell you, if you look at the curve, it's kind of funny to see how often people are hitting the curve because they're not paying attention to how far over they're getting. And at the end of the day, guys, that's on you. That is 100% on you. Well, I did not see the curve. Well, you need to be paying attention. Like when people used to call me on a crash scene, and I'd get on scene of a crash, and it was like a minor rear end collision. So for example here, I'm coming here, kaboom, and I hit the Hyundai, right? If I get to that scene and you're complaining, it happened all the time. I'd get there and they'd be like, well, oh my gosh, they just stopped. That is 100% correct. And you didn't. And that's a problem, because it's not like we're coming out to this intersection and working thousands of crashes a day, which an intersection could process thousands of vehicles a day. It's just you. And because you were not focused on the vehicle in front of you. You caused that crash. That guy didn't cause anything. Imagine you at home right now watching this. You go out today and you just minded your business and just driving, and you come to a complete stop and someone hits you. That's not your fault. So pay attention. So right here in front of the school, this is a hot mess when it comes to markings on the roadway. But it's drivable when you're 100% focused. And I can promise you it's going to be so much easier. I get excited when roadways are getting like a touch-up, a glow-up a little bit. And because the roadway out here is going to look beautiful. The markings will be fresh. The roadway will be darker. You see this right here? How it kind of bleeds out a little bit from these side streets? All the side streets have been redone already. So it really makes for a nice contrast with the colors. So if you're joining us this morning, what we're about to wrap up is I'm here in Cocoa off of Clearlake Road. We've been north and southbound from 520 all the way north up to 528. And it's been a nice little ride, but you guys sent me on kind of an Easter egg because I was trying to figure out what was going on. Clearlake Road is under some really heavy redesign. And based off of my observations, they are doing some little winding, little cosmetic work out here. And it's just not completed yet, so the markings and the pavement make it hard to really pay attention. How do we fix this? You guys already know what I'm going to say. Put the phones down, pay super attention. I would always recommend look 2 to 3 cars in front of you, meaning you should not be only paying attention to the car in front of you. You should be paying attention to the car in front of them. Why? Because they're going to go through some movements, and you can prepare for that. If they're hitting their brakes, you can begin to slow down so we don't have all that, right? All right, guys. So this has been fun with you guys. It was a blast going out and checking out new and different areas. As we head here northbound, just keep in mind the north end of Clear Lake does have a heavy lane closure, and you can see it up ahead here. Look at it. Oh, I almost said the C word. And let's see if this Mitsubishi is going to be one. Yep, look at the clown. Look at the clown. We got a clown, guys. Official clown. We did it. We got a clown. Hey. Oh, I'm so excited. We got to find a clown to shift when we come out here on patrol. And for those that are new here on Trooper Steve on patrol, clowns are what we use, the terminology we use, so I don't get fired, and so that we have fun while calling out other drivers. So this Mitsubishi got a clown one of the day, and right before we're about to end, because they sped up behind me, they saw the cones up ahead that it was a no turning zone, but they were going to go try to pass. So no go, clown of the day goes to the silver Mitsubishi. Oh, I'm so glad we got one. Guys, I hope you have an amazing day. Appreciate you guys sending me out to Cocoa today. If you want me to come visit your area, or you've got a traffic complaint, send me an email to asktroupersteve@wkmg.com. Man, I'm going to make him the ringleader clown. And always follow up on us on News 6 Plus, clickorlando.com, and the News 6 app. And then just hit me up on @TrooperSteve at any of the social media. I run all my platforms. So if you got a message, you want me to visit you, hit me up. You guys have an amazing day. Don't be a clown, please, on a Tuesday. Drive safely.